Glory, glory, man. Yeah, no, actually, awkward. On second thoughts, there's no glory going on over there anymore, is there, guys? See you back in the den. Okay, guys, so a few people asked about the coffee maker, so I thought I would show you. I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee ready for the shave. Put the coffee in there. See that whizzer? That's a grinder. You can put whole beans in there and it will grind them and then make the coffee. But if you do that, you can't put a paper filter in it. So I tend not to do that. I use ground because it makes a much cleaner coffee, I think. So I'm going to put some of these filters. I got these off Amazon. And about 3 people have asked about they're the ones. And they're just, it says 200, but I don't think there's a quantity of 200 because I've been using those for years. I mean, and I'm only even halfway through them, but I got them. They were dirt cheap, but they've got a good reputation. So, what I do is I just shove that in there. A spoonful, there's the coffee we're going to be using. We've got some extra special from Asda's. You call it Walmart there. And I put some of that in there. And then what we'll do, it says cups, but it's the little, see it there in the glass jar. 12 cups, but it's the little arty-farty 4-ounce cups. So 10 cups is about 2 decent sized coffee mugs. Let's put that in there. Put that in there. So I've put 2 heaped spoonfuls. You get I'll show you here. Get one of them from Packed Coffee. 2 heaped ones of them. And with this, you can actually. There's a little measure thing up there. I'll see if we can do it. Oh yeah, it's a little bean counter. Look, 1, 2, 3. You can decide on what strength you want your coffee. So you got regular and then strongest. But I just have it. So what you do is you just see that. If you were to press that, you see now that's the grind on. That would grind then. Look, and it's how many cups of beans you've got in to grind. But we'll have the grind. Oh, see the line through it, so the grind's off. So now once you put your coffee and your water in, that's it. I'll start brewing now, and I shall put this lot away and see you in the den. How are you doing, everybody? Hey, a late one today. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening, and I wasn't even going to do this. I was just going to leave it and do it Saturday. Long story short, it's been a bank holiday here, so we had Monday off. Went in work Tuesday, had all of Monday's work to do, all of Tuesday's work to do. Some of Tuesday's work carried over till today. Absolutely swamped and snowed under. Was just going to leave it, but we were sat there tonight, and I thought, no, I'm feeling slightly energetic. Let's go and get this video done. So here we go. Here's the coffee. Hope you all enjoyed that little introduction. Absolutely wonderful. Right, we've got a mafioso shave today. Did you spot this? Somebody bought this for me, look. The Don Dark Red. I was going to start the video today when it came on. I was going to go, I can't do the, the Marlon Brando with the big, for 15 years, they don't come and say to me, Godfather, now you want to sing. No, you want to sing. I'm going to do the whole shave as the Godfather, yeah. Okay, anyway, I don't even know why I showed you that. But come on, here's the brush. Fits in with the Don John theme, doesn't it? Look. Wow, Mr. Bond. That's a very kindly gifted to me, this, from Frank over there at Frank Shaving. Beautiful boar hair brush. We're going to stick that in the official John Shaves Super Soaker. That's that. Okay, blood money, come on. We've got There we've got the Tiger Superior razor blade in red, for blood red. Come on. Do you see, I do try and get a theme look, and that's how it comes wrapped. I must have used them, but I don't remember them. So we'll see where we go. There's nothing. Oh yeah, there is something Tiger Super, ever so faintly etched onto that blade there. And what we're going to be using this. It looks pretty generic, but it is in fact the Dural Stanway razor from Pasteur's Pharmacy. I got this when I was in Pasteur's in New York, because if you're new to the channel and you don't know, I have actually been to Pasteur's Pharmacy in New York. Just saying. I'm no braggart. I do just like to get it in every time I can. There you go. So I'm going to put that in there. No, I think I'm immensely privileged. It was a wonderful, wonderful privilege. I understand that, guys. I'm immensely privileged to be able to go to Pasteur's, and I've met Leon every single occasion. I've done some videos with me talking to him at the start of my videos and so on. If you look back about a year ago, yeah, you'll see them. But yeah, wonderful privilege, wonderful place. There you go. We'll get that. We'll put that in next to the Super Soaker to get some heat in that blade. The soap, very kindly given me, Chuck's Shaving Channel. Please go and check Chuck's Shaving Channel out. Chuck was on about 800 subscribers, and YouTube had a brain fart and just wiped his channel, and he's starting again from scratch. So please go over, watch his videos. I like him. If you've got a mind to, subscribe. Tell him, say the Don of Manchester, eh? Don John sent me over. Blood money. He sent me this. Thank you, Chuck. Blood money. Now, I've used about a half of what he sent. Well, yeah, third of what he sent. That's Van Yulay is one of these companies that are out to do you over. It's a fair soap at a fair price. I've got that in here in my Goodfellas Smile bowl. These on eBay for about £10. Ridge at the bottom, handle there, big enough for you to sit a brush in, and hard plastic. I got that in there. Smells absolutely lovely. Okay, Van Yulay. I don't know if you can get this in the UK. I couldn't find it. Blood money. I think it says £2.99 to £18.99. So £2.99, maybe that sample, that is well worth it. Well worth it. What's at the current exchange rate? That would make that about £2.25. Let's just have a look here. The Shaving Soap Experience, Soap of the Gods, through the eyes of Jordan Bake. Don't know who Jordan is. Don't know what he's going to bake, but he must be a nice guy. Blood money, fragrance notes, tobacco, suede, oud, and barbershop. I get the oud, and I will tell you guys, we'll talk about oud as we go on. Van Yulay makes a soap, the shaving soap, a cream, and a hard puck, soft and hard, and it contains emu oil. If you're outside the UK, have you ever heard of Rod Hull and emu? He was a celebrity back in the 70s and 80s, and he had a big, massive emu, and he had a false arm that would be over the emu, and his arm would be up in the emu's neck. And he'd get invited in chat shows and talk shows. He'd go on Saturday Night Live, and he'd be sat there, and the next guest would come up. Here's Sylvester Stallone, and emu would be like, and he'd dive and he'd grab them. And honestly, everybody wanted to wring that bird out. So I'm hoping Van Yulay caught him, wrung him out, and he's in there as we speak. We're going to splash up with this. I bought that Pasteur's Pharmacy. I know I've only just told you, but I bought it in person at Pasteur's. And what else? I thought, what we're gonna bar them up with? Could it be anything else but the boss? And I don't mean Bruce Springsteen. I'm saying nothing. There you go. We're gonna lather up. So come on. We're doing a sup of coffee. I'll bet you with the little additions I put on later, about 10 minutes into it, I haven't even started shaving yet. Serves you right for skipping through on fast forward. Oh, right, come on, John. Oh. So how are you all doing? Right, come on, let's get this in here. See it? Same rule as the badgers, a little bit wetter. I like my natural hair brushes a little bit wetter. I followed some advice from Bradley, good advice it was too, and then with trial and error with myself, and then personal preference as well. Don't forget, you have to factor that in, don't you? We've been going seconds, and it's whipping up a treat. So that's it, really. Not a lot to report. Bed and work, bed and work. The Wednesday shave is always a bit of a flyer. Ironically enough, because I'm running late and I'm running out of time, I've actually got more time to spend on the shave because I did it later, you know. Angela's in there now watching the television. We're watching a really good TV show about a young deaf girl who she works in the canteen at the police station, and they ask her to lip read for them. And she can lip read these people that are under surveillance in a park and they can't hear them, and she's lip reading them and giving the police information. It's very, very good actually. It's called Code of Silence. I don't know if you can get it in your part of the world. We've only watched the first two. We'll probably watch another one tonight. But look at this, wow. Let me just get that. Well, that is just like whipped cream. And that's what they say on there. That's what they say. So let's get that worked into these whiskers. Now, me, not an oud fan. Or should I say, I wasn't an oud fan. But I'd only ever had cheap oud. And it smelled like somebody had brought wind, guys. It was not for me at all. And then what happened was, there is a very, very, very expensive, I mean 300 quid a bottle, oud aftershave for men called Initio. And they do Initio, they've got different names, Initio Perfection or Initio Instinct or Initio something. And we got sent one, their Initio oud line. They sent me for free a £20 sample of this, and I thought, well, like that's ever going to get used. Just out of curiosity, I sprayed some on the back of my hand, guys. It's beautiful. It's completely and utterly changed my thinking on oud. So now I'm of the thoughts that if oud, and at the risk of sounding like a snob, if the oud's expensive, it's going to be good. All the other stuff is just garbage. And for that reason, I never bought a soap with oud in it. But this actually smells like the Initio. It smells really, really beautiful, well-balanced fragrance oud, and it's absolutely wonderful. So the guys over there at Van Yulay have done an absolutely masterful job. So if you're a bit like that with oud, do not let that put you off. I think you would like this. I certainly do. And like I said, I was not an oud fan. But yeah, so we're having a Don John shave. Okay. I've used this razor before. It's mild but efficient. That blade doesn't feel great. That blade feels a little bit rough to me. And I know it's the blade, because I've used this razor many times. But let's hope that the feather effect, I call it the feather effect. Feathers are absolutely wonderful blades, but I have never had a good experience with a feather on the first pass yet. And then on the second pass, it's like the razor, it's like the blade from the gods. So let's just hope that's what's happening here with this. Look at this, guys. So that's it. If you've used anything, please, in today's shave, please let me know. And please do click like and subscribe. YouTube does tell me still over half of yous that watch these videos that aren't subscribers. You should be ashamed of yourself, right? And if I was the Don, I'd come round with a violin case. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, like with a horse, you'd wake up with a budgie's head on your pillowcase next to you, and me, like that. Either you click subscribe or you bring on the screen. Right, now, come on. Oh my word. But that's it, yeah. It's cooled down a bit here. It's cooled down a bit, guys. Oh. Sleep at last. Our bedroom is a heat trap. And we're in the corner. And there's just no air. Even when it's cold and blowing a gale outside and so on, there's no breeze in our room. There's nothing. So in the summer, and I was saying this to somebody that may not understand, in this country there's always been a cold, damp country. Houses are built, it's regulations, of severe building regulation. They've got to, the insulation in these houses is about that thick. Houses in the UK, they are designed to keep heat in, which is great in the middle of October and November. But in the middle of June, July and August, it's a killer. It really, really is. There you go. And that's it. The brush is doing great. I didn't soak the brush for long enough. But hey ho. It is what it is, isn't it, guys? I hope you don't mind. The flying nature of the video. It is what it is. If I felt I didn't have time to put out a semi-decent, well, not a semi-decent, a decent video, I wouldn't have put one out. But I was sat there and I thought, yeah. And I could just picture all your sad little faces. Little teardrop emoji as you went to bed tonight, like. Never put one on. I couldn't do it to you guys. I dragged myself in here. And made a video, and like I said, a couple of people had said to me, what coffee maker is that? So I thought, do you know what? Plus as well, this is a shaving channel, isn't it, primarily? It's not only a shaving channel. I do, I try and make videos. Oh, that is a rough blade, that. I try and make videos I think I'd like to watch. When I watch other YouTubers, I think, wonder where he lives in, wonder what it's like where he lives. Wonder what his street's like. And then you'll see them in the background, and I'll watch and I'll think, hell, that telly. I wonder what telly is that, an LG? Is that an LG? And you zoom in and so on. So these little snippets of life outside of shaving, I think they make the videos a little bit more interesting, and they invite you in and give you a sense of what the shave is about. And do you know what I mean? We're not just these mega stars that you'll never interact with, you know, that we're actually real people. Come on, lather mittens. Oh my word. Well, more lather finger actually. Oh, but hey ho, there you go. I don't think there was a lot there. Soap wise. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. There's a bit on the top lip, but I'm not going to do it because that blade wasn't great. But it may have degraded a little bit, because from memory, I've had those in there for years. And that's it. Never overshave. If you start to feel a bit tender, leave it. Always, always, always leave it. And remember, right, even if it feels a bit rough now, trust me, once you've dried off, when you go and sit down, feel it again in 10 minutes, the hairs sort of like sink back beneath the skin line. Happens all the time. Just the way the human body works. So you might think you haven't got a BBS now. Feel it again 10-15 minutes and you'll be like, oh, that's closer than I thought that. And that's why. Look at that. We did okay, didn't we? We did okay. All right, we'll put some of this on. Wanted that. They did a matching soap. Pasteurs didn't have the soap. I hummed and hawed and I went back about 3 times until I got this. Brought it home. I don't know why I didn't sniff it in Pasteurs. But what a disappointment. There's no scent whatsoever at all. It's just like rubbing alcohol. Just a generic, like nail polish remover. When my wife's using nail polish remover. And you can smell, that's what this smells like to me. But hey ho, I may take that out. I may get a decent one, and I'm loving that label, so I'm going to keep that bottle with that label. Look at it, lovely patriotic red, white and blue there. Who doesn't like a bit of red, white and blue? The Boss, put some on, the Boss. For the Boss. Look at this, something else that always throws me about this gel. Can you see it? It's clear, but it is actually really good stuff. Which I suppose you would expect from a brand name. Like Hugo Boss. Hugo Boss. Boss John. There you go. And that's us, guys. Sorry it's late. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for all the likes, all the comments, and all the interactions that you guys do. Video in, video out, week in, week out. I know Mark Zaredi says it about his Monday morning mailbag. Says it wouldn't be anything without you guys. And it's true of all YouTube channels. And I'm very, very much appreciative of you guys on mine. Look after yourselves, look after each other, be careful. And remember, be the change that you'd like to see. Somebody annoys you, ask yourself, now, how would I like them to treat me? And then you treat them the same, don't you? Look after yourselves, and I'll see you Saturday. Bye.